Good morning, students. Today I am going to deal with first chapter of standard 8 SS Arrival of Europeans in India, second lecture. In first lecture we learned about the situation of India, which commodities were in great demand in European markets, why they were in need of to find out a new sea route to India, who was the first who started to find out a new sea route to India, again who came to India first, everything we saw yesterday. Again I am going to revise same thing again. So which Indian commodities were in great demand? So commodities like silk, cotton, muslin, black pepper, like that, spices. Now my dear student, what happened? We know that in 1453, the Turkish, they won Constantinople and stopped the land route. Who were there? Turkish. Okay. Now after that, Christopher Columbus, he tried to find out a new sea route to India, but by mistake, instead of India, he reached America. And I also explained about today the native of America are called Red Indians, and their group island is known as West Indies. I also explained about Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor who came to India at port of Calicut, and King Zamorin was the king of Calicut. Now my dear student, today I am going to explain about how the Portuguese rule come to an end in Bengal, and about the establishment of French East India Company. As we know that the Portuguese were the first who came to India. After Portuguese, the Dutch people came. After Dutch, the Britishers, and after Britishers, the French people, they came. Now my dear students, in 1498 CE, when Vasco da Gama came to Calicut, King Zamorin was the king of Calicut, and he permitted to do business in India. And in 1500 CE, they established one fort. My dear student, after that they went to north side and they won Goa. They won Goa in 1506. In 1506, they won Goa. My dear student, in order to look after and to administer the thing, they appointed one person, commander-in-chief. The name of that person was Albuquerque. The name of that person was Albuquerque. Albuquerque was the commander-in-chief. He was looking after the things. And my dear student, in 1506, they won Goa. within 100 years, they also captured Mangalore, Cochin, Sri Lanka, Diu, like that many cities they took control over it. My dear students, when they were in Bengal, remember when they were in Bengal at that time, when they were in Bengal at that time, Shah Jahan was the Mughal Empire. Who was the Mughal Empire? Shah Jahan. My dear students, when they were trading in Bengal, they were not following the terms and conditions of the Suba. So at that time, the Suba of Bengal, he complained the Mughal Empire Shah Jahan, who the Subedar of Bengal. He complained the Mughal Empire about the misbehavior of Portuguese. As a result, the Mughal king he ordered to burn the ships and to destroy the forts. So in that way, the Portuguese rule come to an end in Bengal. How? Once again I repeat, when they were doing business in Bengal, they were not following terms and conditions. As a result, the Subedar of Bengal complained the Mughal Empire, and at that time Shah Jahan was the Mughal king. And my dear student, as per the order of Shah Jahan, Mughal Empire, the ships were burned and the forts were destroyed, and because of that, the Portuguese rule come to an end in Bengal. My dear student, after that, the Dutch people came. There is not much thing about Dutch people. They came. Now remember the thing. Here, many students they make mistake when they say about Portuguese. They came to Calicut. But when we say about Dutch, the Dutch people, the Dutch who are from Netherlands or Holland, my dear students, they came. They established their fort at Pulicat. My dear students, many students make mistake. Calicut and Pulicat. Calicut means Portuguese and Pulicat means Dutch. They established their fort in Pulicat and Madras. Now today we are considering Madras as a Chennai. New name is given Chennai. My dear students, they established their trade center. In Agra. In 1663 CE. So this much information we are getting from the people of Dutch people. So they came, they established their fort in Pulicat and Madras, and in 1663 they made Agra as their main center. My dear students, after Dutch, the Britishers came. Now here I will explain you. The Britishers, what happened? In 1600, the merchants of England, they gathered and they established one company, and the name of that company was the British East India Company. So when it was established? It was established in 1600. And my dear student, at that time Queen Elizabeth At that time, in England, they have prime minister as well as they have queen. They have different style. They have prime minister as well as they have queen. At that time, Queen Elizabeth was ruling, and with the permission of Queen Elizabeth, they started business, and their first ship came to India in 1608. In 1608, the first ship arrived at Surat. When in 1608, first ship came to Surat. My dear student, at that time, Jahangir, who was the king? Mughal king Jahangir. And my dear student, the captain of that ship was W. Hawkins. Who was the captain? W. Hawkins. W. Hawkins was the captain. My dear student, when Hawkins went in the court of Jahangir, Jahangir did not permit to do business in India. My dear student, Jahangir did not allow the Britishers to do business in India. But later on, after 5 years something, in 1613, CE, the Mughal Sultanate went in the hands of Shah Jahan. After Jahangir, Shah Jahan became the king of Mughal dynasty. And my dear student, when Shah Jahan was the king, in 1613, Sir Thomas Roe Sir Thomas Roe, he went in the court of Shah Jahan, and they got permission to do business in India. So my dear student, see the thing, when the East India Company was established? Answer is the British East India Company was established in 1600 in England. Got it? Okay. With whose permission they came to India? So they got the permission of Queen Elizabeth. If the question comes, when did the first British ship reach India? The answer is in 1608. In 1608, the first ship of British came to India. And my dear student, if the question is asked, when did they get the permission to do in India? And the answer is in 1613. And who permitted? Shah Jahan, he permitted. Thank you.